In Azure Monitor, you have a section called as Alerts. Alerts proactively notify you when important conditions are found in your monitoring data. They allow you to identify and address issues before the users of the system notice them. Alert consists of alert rules, action groups, and monitoring conditions, which we'll take a look in a minute. Let's go ahead and create a new alert. I'll click on this new alert rule button to create a new rule. You will see the following options like resource, condition, actions, alert details, and description. Let's go through them one by one. The resource. With resource, you will select the resource you want to monitor. For example, resource group or a virtual machine or a storage account. So once you click on the select option, you'll then have the options to filter your resource and select an appropriate resource that you want to monitor. I can expand them and then you'll be able to see all the resources available under that. You can also filter them based on the resource type, their location, or you can choose custom filters. I'll click on done here. So right now my resource is my entire subscription. The next option is a condition. This is where you select the signal and define its logic. The signal could be all or specify a metric or specify a particular activity log. As I scroll down to the bottom, I will see more and more signals here. You can select, let's say, regenerate keys or delete accounts. So if I click on this particular item, I will see a condition that is deleting accounts. So whenever accounts are deleted, I will then get notified. I'll click on done here. That means I've selected a condition which is monitoring the deletion of accounts in my subscription. Scroll down further, it then tells me actions that you want to take. Do you want to get notified, or your team wants to get notified through email or text messages, or you want to automate actions using webhooks or runbooks or functions or logic apps? And this is done by an action group. An action group is a collection of notification preferences which is defined by the owner of the subscription. So if I click on create action group, it will ask us, how do you want to get notified? Azure Monitor and Service Health will use action groups to notify users that an alert has been triggered. Various alerts may use the same action group or different action groups depending on the user's requirements. So when an action is configured to notify a person by email or SMS, the person will receive a confirmation indicating that he has been added to the action group. So right now, if I click on action type, you will see the various action types that we have as on today. I was referring to email, SMS, or even automation runbook, but there are more options available right here. So if I select email, the notification will be sent to an email address. Ensure that you have email address configured appropriately, and you can have up to 1,000 email actions in an action group. ITSM. You can have up to 10 ITSM actions in an action group ITSM action, and this will of course require an ITSM connection. What is a logic app? You can have logics defined that if a particular action or a rule gets triggered, then do this. So you can have up to 10 logic app actions in that action group. Similarly, you can have a function defined, runbook, SMS, voice, or a webhook defined. Here in webhook, you can specify up to 10 webhooks and the timeout period is 10 seconds. The webhook call will be retried a maximum of 2 times when the HTTP status codes returned are either 504, 503, 408, or 429. So that's what action type is. Cumulatively, this is called as an action group. Now I'll just close it without defining anything. Then moving forward, you have alert details. Under alert details, you will see a rule name. You can just specify a rule name to identify your alert, a description just to provide certain description to your alert rule, and then whether you want to enable rule creation or not. It takes up to 5 minutes for the alert to become active. Alerts are used by most of the organizations because alerts will help us notify proactively when certain conditions are met. It is important that you as an Azure administrator configure the appropriate rules and set the timings appropriately. You don't want to get bombarded with too many alerts at the same time. So make sure that you configure the right number of alerts for the right parameters.